Welcome to this week's GCN Tech Clinic, where we aim to answer your bike, tech and maintenance related questions. As always, you could submit your questions in the comment section down below and we'll do our very best to answer as many as possible within
the allotted time.
Love that. Right, first question is from Mark. They say, I don't understand the 105% tyre width rule. In another video Alex did about rim width, the ETRTO chart he mentioned states that a 21mm internal rim width can accommodate tyres from 25mm all the way to 65mm. So he's asking what the hell's going on?
Okay, so I think what the issue here is that this is kind of like for two different things.
Yeah.
So the 105% rule, that's more of a kind of like advice in terms of aerodynamics.
Like a rule of thumb, not like an official rule.
Yeah, whereas the ETRTO standards, that's more of a kind of like a technical safety.
Yeah, these are like actual technical rules of like, this rim width is designed for this like range of tires, whereas the like 105 rule is like an aerodynamic thought process of like what kind of tends to be a bit better rather than like a hard rule.
Yeah. So I hope that answers your question, Mark.
Yeah, hope that clears it up. Over to you.
Next up from Matthew Style 03. I have a turbo trainer with a 10-speed cassette and two bikes, a gravel 10-speed, not waxed, and a 12-speed road, which is waxed. I like the look of the Zwift cog, which will allow easy use of both bikes indoors in winter. My questions are, will using the unwaxed chain on the cog impact the wax on my road bike? And if so, when converting the gravel to wax, is it possible to do so without removing cranksets, derailleurs and cassettes and sonicating etc? Or will just a new chain and hot wax and an on-bike drivetrain degreasing and clean be enough?
Shall I go with this? I love these nerdy wax questions.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you don't want to be using an oil chain on the same Zwift cog or any cassette because it's going to contaminate the two. But the easy solution is what you've said at the end here is like, you can just get a new chain, like strip all the grease off of that, wax it, and then just clean all the components on the bike. You don't have to take every single thing off. Just clean all the chain rings, clean the cassette, the pulley wheels, and then you should be good to go. And you've got two wax bikes set up, ready to go.
Yeah, there you
go. Right, Eric Johnson 3746. What colour paint is the most aero? I actually thought this was a joke question, but I'm going to just assume it's not and give it a sensible answer. So, colours I'll get to in a second, but it turns out there have been a few brands in the past that have tried to make, in effect, textured paints to try and make them a little bit more aero. First brand that springs to mind is Trigon, used a sort of textured surface on the lacquer. But in terms of the colours, I was talking to you about this earlier, and you actually knew what I said, didn't you?
I vaguely remember it from physics.
God, do you want to tell us a bit more about it?
Oh gosh, right, you're on the spot.
Go on.
So, all colours of light travel at the same speed in a vacuum.
Yeah.
But when it passes through a medium, that changes. So, like glass, the wavelength and the frequency is dependent on interactions with the medium, which causes the light to slow down.
Yeah.
So red light travels fastest because it has the longest wavelength.
So there is a fastest colour.
Yeah, because it's got a different kind of wavelength.
The wavelength and the frequency.
When it travels through the medium of glass.
Yeah.
Compared to other colours.
Yeah.
It will travel through the glass the fastest.
So GCN red, obviously the fastest colour.
There you go.
I think what you explained makes sense.
I think so as well. That's about what I can remember from physics, which was like good while ago now.
If Ollie was here, we'd give a like 10-minute explanation for that. I think we've given the basic information everyone needs to know. It's basically no difference, but if you want to be nerdy, red's the fastest.
There you go. Right, Pablo Honey, 52.
Yeah.
So I finally got sick of a black chain and cassette and went for a pre-waxed chain, drip wax to top it up, wanting to avoid the whole cooking the chain thing.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I really enjoy cooking the chain. It's like my little thing I do in the shed. It's like when you go fishing, you don't even put the rods out. You just sit and look at the river. That's me putting the chain in that pot. But anyway, all is well, but it still gathers dust, etc. My question is how to clean and maintain after each ride without stripping out the original wax.
Well, what I'm thinking here is by the time you've done, I don't know, depends how far and how often you ride, but after you've done a week or 2 weeks of riding, all the original wax would have gradually like evacuated its way out of the chain. You'd have driven it out. So all the wax that is left is the top up bits that you're putting on anyway. So the way to maintain a wax chain the easiest way is just with hot water. Like the wax will just melt off, and then you put new drip wax in there, and away you go.
Yeah.
No need for like strong solvents or degreasers. Hard work's been done for you. Just use the drip on wax to keep it going.
That's it. And I think if after like each ride, just a really clean microfiber towel, you can just give it a bit of a wipe down, just so you get all that outside debris off.
Yeah.
Silkadoo, they're kind of like their wipes are also really good for that.
Oh, the gear wipes.
The gear wipes, without contaminating the chain, it just gets all that stuff off.
We spoke about microfiber towels and cloths a couple of weeks ago in a tech clinic, right? And I cannot believe how many people in the comments afterwards had an opinion to share on how to wash a microfiber cloth. I was like, I didn't know this was a thing, but it turns out everyone's like full nerd into this.
Oh, I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, so go into that. Right, another question here is from @TheOtherOllie. They say, hi, GCN Tech nerds. Fueling question here. I feel like I'm fueling well on my rides, but near anything after the 3 hours marker, I really start to struggle on the bike, and the next day I'm totally wiped out. Is this normal? Well, to me, even though you're saying you think you're fueling well on the bike, it sounds like a fueling issue. Do you know what I mean? If after the 3 hour mark, I think that's probably because you've used all your glycogen stores up. You've maybe been eating a little bit, and it's helped sort of keep it topped up a little bit. But I think you've obviously just drawing on your reserves too much.
It could also be a pacing thing. Like you can't just because you're eating, you don't turn into Superman.
Still get tired.
Yeah. So if you're like doing loads in the first hour, like riding super hard, sprinting up every climb.
Yeah.
You are going to get tired towards the end, and it's going to come back and bite you.
Yeah.
So maybe try riding easier at the start, keeping on top of the fueling, and then like doing some more of those efforts towards the end.
Yeah.
And see how you feel doing that.
I think that's actually great advice. I think in terms of the fueling, to sort of eradicate that as being a potential issue is just try to look at what you're doing now, break that down over how that is distributed throughout your ride, and then try upping that a little bit, see if it helps you out, because it might make no difference at all.
Yeah.
But it's a good starting point. And I think after a 3 or 4 hour ride, you're just going to be tired.
You are going to be tired, yeah.
Like, that's just a matter of fact. You've got to accept that.
Yeah. Say hello to the sofa.
Yeah. Over to you.
This was sent in by Bronte Den Store 6644. What's the cheapest option to get a functional power meter? I'm interested in getting one, but I struggle navigating the options.
Right. Where would you start with this? What are you kind of thinking?
I mean, if you wanted to get some basic data that's relative to you and your effort, and you're not trying to compare it with anyone else or like previous efforts, then it's a pretty like, basic single-sided power meter. That is going to do a decent job. Giving you some numbers.
I'm in the same boat as you here. I think if you want to get into power at the sort of lower end of the price point, single-sided, hands down. There's a few different brands out there that have got pretty good reputation and rock solid products. First ones that springs to mind: Asioma, 4i, Magene, Stages, and you can also keep a lookout for sales or people maybe selling second-hand ones.
Yeah.
Maybe choose a slightly older model, and it's good to go. The other good side is actually if you go for a pedal-based power meter, single-sided, if you find that you really love having a power meter and you want to look at having the left to right balance and expand that, most of the power meter pedal options give you the chance to get the other side later on down the line and match them up. So that could be an option as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and then last one is from It's Your Girl Naomi. They say, I ripped my brake lever covers. Can I replace them, and is it easy? Thanks, love the show.
Yeah, easy answer to that. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
You just need to know the model of your brake levers. There'll be kind of like aftermarket ones as well if you want to go really snazzy and mix the colours up and things like that.
But I didn't think about that option. That's really cool. I haven't seen those for years.
I know, you used to do it, didn't you? But it's a bit of a faff to do. Yeah. It is like a bit frustrating, but you can't. Take your time.
The thing you need to get right is you need the model code of the levers to make sure you buy the right rubber hood cover, because they're all slightly different. Even if they look the same, there might be small little tweaks and changes. And whilst it's not super complicated, as you say, it's fiddly. You need to take the lever off the bike, ideally, to slide the rubber hood cover on from the side where it's attached to the handlebar. It's quite hard to do the other way around. So if you've got cable braking and cable shifting, not too bad. A couple of gear cables and brake cables to sort out, and then away you go. Right, that's it for this week's GCN Tech Clinic. I say it every single week. If we didn't answer your question, well, I'm sorry, but be persistent. Put in the comments down below. Get to it in the coming weeks.
Thanks, everyone. See you on the next one.
See ya. Bye.